Today we are cooking drake, so let's get into it. So the first layer of the feathers are off. I'm still going to blanch it with hot water to remove these small feathers that are remaining. Then you can start roasting it. So now the duck is nicely roasted. You can see it's starting to render its own fat. So I'm going to remove it, and then you can dissect and start cooking it. Now we are into the internal organs. And right here, this is the heart. I have the liver. This is the gizzard. And then you have the intestines at the end over here. So as always, these are going to be our snacks. You have the heart. These are the carb makers. Then I have the gizzard, the intestines, and you have the liver. So I clean everything up and then we'll cook this as a snack as we wait for our duck to cook. So now we can start cooking our duck. I have mustard seeds. Lightly toss them into our oil. Then I'll add in my chopped onions. Then I'll follow that with my garlic, nicely chopped. So we let all of this one sweat before we add our tomato. So we're going to add in some cold water just to prevent those onions from burning. So that helps in cooling everything down and giving you a couple of seconds to get the other ingredients. So now we'll add our tomato. Give that a mix and let everything turn into a paste. Now the tomatoes are broken down nicely. You can now go ahead and add some salt. Then I have a mixture of spices. So this is nutmeg, paprika, and white pepper. And I will give this a mix. Let those spices marry with our tomatoes. Thin it out with some water. Then now we can start adding that beautiful duck meat. You can see it's nicely charred. The meat is nice and dark red. So now I'll pour some tamarind water. Top it off with some water. Then we're going to cover it for 2 hours. So as we wait for that duck to cook, I have my snacks over here. So first, I'm going to put in the carb makers. Just slice them in half. Open them up. Then this is the liver. This is the heart. Then you have the intestines. So now our snack is ready. We can now have a taste. This is the intestine, nice and crispy. Then you have the carb makers. You have the heart and the liver. Going to heat them with a little bit more salt. Now let's have a taste. Nice and flavorful. So now our duck has been braising for about 3 hours. Now let's take a look. You can see all the liquid has reduced. The broth is nice and heavy. So now I'm just going to garnish it with some coriander and basil. Give it one more mix. Then it will be ready to serve. You can see the meat is so tender, it's just falling off the bone. So now we can go ahead and serve. Just look at that beautiful broth. So now let's have a taste. Let's do the tender taste first. Just look at how nice and soft that meat is. Just falling apart. Now that's how you make a duck. Nice and tasty. See you on the next one.